You've had plenty to say on the Özil-Arsenal situation over the last few years, and it just seems that it keeps on going. It's another big game, it's another important game, and it's another game that he misses. This is his 100th game that he's missed since he joined Arsenal, out of 314 matches. That's a lot of missed football.
And it's questionable. You know, is he injured? Is he ill? One of the things as a player, you've got to be available for selection, and you want to give consistency. And he hasn't been able to give either of those. So, you know, he's got to work to get back into the team. That's what the manager's asking for. That's what he has to do. But it's now becoming embarrassing, the Özil situation. No Ramsey, of course, as well. You know, Ramsey not being a part of the future is hard to take.
Explain what you mean by embarrassing, because this could just be a situation where he does want to play and he does want to commit, but he does have a recurring back problem, or he does have illnesses and injuries.
Well, we don't know, do we, whether he's really injured or not. He's just that.
Why do you doubt it?
Because you can't, to miss that amount of games is quite remarkable, isn't it? To 100 matches in that period. So I would say that is definitely questionable. We don't know. Only the player really knows. I think the manager is basically saying, look, you can't just turn up and train when you want it, when you fancy it. I'm not going to take you on this trip because you haven't trained enough. And that's right and proper. I still feel, though, that he has got something to offer. The player has to ask himself, what does he want to do? Where does he want to play his football? You know, if he's going to go somewhere else, his wages are so massive that Arsenal would have to contribute towards those wages. And it just feels that that decision that was made sort of 12 months ago, is proving to be the wrong decision. In
some ways, you could applaud the manager for being strong in this situation and saying, right, as Martin says, if you're not going to give me what I want, you're not going to be involved. But it is a nightmare for the club, because when Unai Emery came in, one of the first priorities surely would have been get the best out of Özil. He's earning so much money, he's such a talent, make this work, and it isn't.
No, but I think Emery's done a good job. I think Arsenal, the house started falling down a couple of seasons ago. And, I mean, well, go back longer than that in terms of results and everything else. They're actually starting to build again now. And, you know, Özil must go to bed every night thinking, thank God for Sanchez, because they couldn't, at that point, lose two players of that quality. Sanchez eventually left, and Arsenal moved heaven and earth to keep him, offering him double what he probably is worth in today's market. So he's got a right deal out of it. Whether that's enough in terms of, you know, some people are motivated by that. Some people want to play every week and it's all about the number of goals they score or whatever. We're all motivated by different things, but I think that it's been a real tricky situation with three players. Obviously, I've mentioned Sanchez going, then Özil, and now Ramsey. Yeah. And the whole structure of wages really has been broken. I bet you if you look at their structure now, it's Özil up here and the rest down here.
Aubameyang and Lacazette came in, and they were good signings, but it was an awful lot of money, and it's the wage bill that's killing Arsenal at the moment. Yeah. Talking about loan deals, you know, and they're one of the wealthiest clubs in European football. So that in itself is quite remarkable. And, you know, that decision is costing Arsenal Football Club something like 18 million a year, just alone for Özil's wages. And that is really very restrictive for the football club.
And it's an Özil who has admitted on social media that he's fit, he's raring to go. He'd love to be out there, I'm sure.